Let's Talk Oculus, a VR podcast, is proudly sponsored by the good folks at Patreon. If you want to support the show, join us on patreon.com/Let's Talk Oculus. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back to Let's Talk Oculus, episode 148. I'm your host, as always. I'm Dan. I'm joined by my co-host, as always. This is Samson. Samson, what's going on? It's been 2 weeks. We had a week off.
Yeah, it's been a minute. What's going on, Dan? I got 1 week. This is my final week of working summer camps in the mornings, and it's been a pleasure. But Dan, I cannot wait to get back my VR playing time.
Yeah. What we've been playing has been weak.
It's very little. It's even with 2 weeks off, it's still very little.
Well, the summer camp, for those of you who don't know, is in a VR arcade, the Bubbler, right?
So this year it's a little different. Oh. This year I'm at a middle school.
Oh, I see.
And it's just in a normal run-of-the-mill type of classroom.
Oh.
And we'd be doing some coding. We started with HTML, that type of stuff, and now we're playing around with Scratch, if anybody's familiar with that. It's a website. It's pretty good.
Nice. Okay, so a little bit different to your last year. You were just all in VR, right? And that was
This is not my wheelhouse. I am there this time mostly because I've worked with kids, and my co-teacher is much more proficient at coding.
Got it. I see. So you're just there volunteering in that respect. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, Samson, I'm glad you've not played anything, because I've not played much either, apart from Walkabout with the Wallace and Gromit, which we still haven't really spoken about. I feel like this came out ages ago now, but we just had that week off because we couldn't fit it in our schedule. So if any of you listeners and video watchers of the podcast wasn't sure why we didn't have a show, we just couldn't fit it in. It's because we didn't want to spoil it. We wanted to give you the time to play it on yourself. Right.
Sure. And we didn't want to spoil it.
Sure. But we do anytime this happens. I mean, I think this is the first time we've missed a show for like 18 months. I didn't do the exact math, but it was a long time. Like, we went at least a year without missing a show, and so it was a bit weird. But if that ever happens again, though, I will normally put it on our Discord channel and on I'll announce it on our Twitter as well, on X. So if you're following,
it was kind of last minute.
Or in the Discord, because we tried, but never mind. Good news though,
it just didn't look up.
It didn't work out. But good news, the Connect, the Meta Connect, which is on September 25th, we both now have it off from work, so we will be live streaming that episode, it'll turn into an episode, but we'll be live streaming that Connect, and we'll be reacting to it. What we'll do is it's on at around 1 o'clock. I think that's not confirmed time, but every year before it's been on at 1 o'clock Eastern. And what we'll do is we'll probably go live a half an hour before, do some like last minute predictions, and just talk some random stuff, and then we'll get into the Connect, and then we'll react. And then what we'll do afterwards is we'll kind of go over what we kind of just watched and make a little podcast out of it. So
be a great day.
That's a lot of time. That's a lot of thinking ahead there. That's a month. That's almost 2 months. So that is booked in for September 25th.
Look at us go.
And you know what? Everyone listening and watching, just go ahead and book that time off as well, so you can watch it with us. Why not? Or you can run off to the corporate bathrooms and sit down with your phone and watch us in the bathrooms. Either way, it's fine. Either way is fine.
Second screen, wherever you want us.
No problem. And then if you haven't joined us already, the Discord link is below. Go ahead and join the Discord. We had a few people join last week, actually, whilst we were away. So come on down and join the Discord.
Maybe we need more weeks off for the people to get the time to come in.
Apparently we go too fast. Apparently there's too many podcasts each week.
Exactly.
So anyway, all right, Samson, let's begin the show. Let's begin with part one. Let's go through the VR news. A couple of these news out, that I've put in is obviously some stuff that has happened last week. But we're going to talk about it anyway because we missed last week. So let's begin with the big v68 update. I feel like these updates for Meta have just been pumping out over the last month or two.
They've been
every month.
They've been coming fast.
feels like every month there's a big update, and we've now got v68, and it's a big one. So let's kind of go through this together. So we've got reduced latency on OpenXR apps. This was kind of a big one for I believe OpenXR apps are they're the apps that you can kind of run from the browser, which kind of puts it into a VR kind of world.
Gotcha.
I think that's what it is. I don't be using the web browser that much, but
Me neither. Not for XR apps for certain.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, latency. You can get out of here.
They've got content adaptive brightness now. So basically, we reduce contrast in darker scenes, improving the display experience. This seems like to try and improve on the LCD kind of screens because we don't have OLEDs, so the darks look darker and such. Samson, have you had this update already, by the way? Have you?
I don't think so.
No.
I'm always late. I'm always one of the last few, I feel.
Yeah, because I've got this update. I haven't noticed that, but those are the kind of things that are hard to notice until someone shows you, like on a YouTube clip or something.
Yeah.
Those screenshots that you've been doing, just in case you've hit like a walkabout record in 18, they're now going to be higher resolutions. So they jump from a square 1440p to a 2160p is now going to be the resolution.
That's a lot of p.
That's a lot of p. That's actually like a 4K screenshot to be exact, so or close to it. You can now do multiple app downloads and updates at the same time, and this is a big one.
That's a big one.
It now adds a downloads tab, so you can now manage them. So just like on your Chrome browser, on your PlayStation 5, on everything else, you now have a downloads tab that you can manage your downloads. You can set, obviously, priorities, and multiple apps can download at the same time. With my internet connection, I still can only manage one without it lagging, but it's definitely there. It's definitely there. This is a big one, right? This is a big one.
It's like, where have you been? It's 2024, and we just got a downloads tab.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly. It's sometimes sometimes some of these things get overlooked, which are very common, but it's always been a pain just to do one download at a time and such. And like I said, my internet's not great enough to do multiple apps anyway, but still.
I used to just queue them all up, which I'll probably still do, because you're right. I even notice in most of the games I play, there'll be a hiccup, a frame rate drop.
Yeah.
When the download finishes or when a new download starts.
Yeah, absolutely. The updates at the same time are nice though, because you can just, as soon as you come on the headset, you can, if it hasn't updated already, you can just update, and then you can just let it go, and it will do it all at one go. It's kind of nice, but yeah, it's just something that was always meant to be there.
But Dan,
yeah.
Are you an all at once type of guy? Then they go really slow all together. Whereas I prefer to do one at a time, queue them up. So I'm getting all the megabytes, for each download. Each download's going as fast as it can, as opposed to, I feel like that's better.
I think this is a problem that I only will have when I move on to the Quest 4 and have to download multiple apps at one time.
I guess if you have gigabit internet, they're doing them all at the same time. Yeah. So that, like, you may know. But yeah, I don't know that. It's a great option, Dan. We love options.
The downloads tab alone is great. But anyway, let's move on.
That's fantastic.
That's good. We've got a new app, a new meta app. It's called the Layout app. I've tried this actually. So when you finally get your update, Samson, you'll see a Layout app jump on the top of your app library. It's around 78 meg or something like that. It's really small.
Tiny
Unity app that they've put out in, but it lets you do three things essentially. It's all about kind of measuring and kind of doing some DIY around your house. Okay, so it's kind of, if you've got an iPhone, it's like the Measure app on your phone. It's kind of similar to that, but essentially it uses AR or mixed reality to do three things. So one thing is it allows you to visualize like objects in your space. So there's a bunch of preset objects like a table, like a desk, like a door, etc., and you can bring it into your room. You can make them bigger, make them smaller and such, so you get a sense of scale and whatnot. So you can kind of feel like I'm well, there's no.
See, you can make your room how you can pretend to make your room.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is going to be, I'm going to try this a lot. I've already tried it here, but I'm going to try this a lot when I move to Toronto at the end of the month and we're in our new space and I can go, okay, I'm looking to get a bookshelf for my den. I want to add the bookshelf into here and kind of do the sizing so I can kind of see how it all looks, you know, because there's one way to measure it, but actually get a feel of like where it would go is kind of nice. Something that you can do on your iPhone now if you had one, but it's different on the smaller screen. It's much better once you have the headset on because you can see it all fully. It's really nice, actually. So you got that. You can also just measure. So you've got like, you can measure like heights and widths and such that you can just put in. So you can just like draw a line and whatnot so you can measure out. And then you also have a leveler as well. So you can make sure your TV is straight kind of thing.
You mentioned widths and heights. Can you do circumferences? Can you do round things?
You can't measure. Yeah, I could do a circumference and a radius, sure, because it's just a straight line. But no. Yeah. I'm doing that math right. It's been a long time since I've done math class. You could do a straight line across the middle, you know, and such. But you won't be able to do a round. I know what you're trying to say, but no, you can't do that. It's not that impressive, but it works. It's kind of nice to just do what you can do with your phone, but have a VR headset on and kind of be in the room and kind of visualize it properly. Because it's always been so hard. I don't know if you've ever used, there's an app, I think they've discontinued it now, but IKEA did an app called IKEA Place. And they had a bunch of their IKEA furniture on that you could kind of bring into your room, and you'd use that on your phone. So I used that a few times, but once again, you're limited to the viewpoint of your phone, so it's hard to kind of visualize it. Where putting the headset on and doing it would be way better.
You can't get as immersed on your phone.
No, you can't. No, you can't. So yeah, now you can try the layout app when you need to, add a bookshelf into your room.
Dan, you sort of buried the lead, though, because it also includes a leveling tool for pictures or TV mounts.
Didn't I say that? Leveler?
Oh, did you? Okay.
I guess, yeah. So
you got to emphasize what it's for.
Though. Sure. But yeah, you can do that. So I guess when I try and mount my TV, I'm going to put my headset on, or I just use my level tool. I don't know. It's pretty cool to have it in there.
Yeah, you got to wear your Quest while you're putting it on your TV.
Obviously that's the way to do it in 2024.
Yeah.
Anywho, moving forward, we got some virtual keyboard improvements. So when you start or a search or a chat, the keyboard will appear in the right place. I've never had an issue with the keyboard, but apparently it sometimes overlaps screens and such. Like I said, I've had
problems.
Yeah, so it shouldn't do that anymore. You can also reposition your keyboard now, so you can put it to one side and such like that. And then it will remember where you last positioned it. So next time you go to search, if you put it on the side, it will come up on the side. So yeah, I've never had a problem with that, but you have, so.
Yeah, I mean, in it spawning in like a window or like being uncomfortably inside my stomach.
Yeah, that's true. If you're like lying down using it, it's awkward, but now you can move it up higher and such. Actually, I forgot about that. This is a big one for streamers. You've got audio balance adjustments when recording. So now when you turn on the microphone, so it records your microphone when you're recording gameplay, you can now control the audio. So you can reduce the app audio, increase the microphone and such, and it works whilst you're streaming, whilst you're capturing and such, which is actually massive. I still remember a YouTube video I did with you way back in the day where we did like a Forever Bowl review or something, and I needed you for like multiplayer, and I realized the microphone was on, so it just caused so many issues when recording. So now you can, because the microphone is normally way too loud and the app audio is also way too loud, and then it just clashes. But now,
when I would stream to Facebook, the music in the game would always be way overpowering on me.
Yeah. So there we go. That's that. Now you can reduce that. There's a new sound effect for low battery. I've not noticed that yet because I've not had low battery. My Quest is always on charge.
Yeah, I never get there.
but that's nice. I only get there when we're playing like Walkabout and we're into like two courses, or maybe we had a big session.
Not anymore though. We got simultaneous soon.
No, that's true. That's true. There's a interface, the new interface for cloud backups, which I haven't tested myself yet, which is good. So you can manage those, and you can now pair controllers in the headset. I didn't know this because I've never bought an additional controller for the Quest. But before, you can always pair game controllers in the Quest. But like if you bought, let's say, the Quest Pro controllers for your Quest 3, you would have to pair it in through your phone, through the phone app before it would work. But now you can just pair it within the headset, which makes much more sense.
Yeah, this will be helpful because sometimes I do switch back and forth.
Yeah, a lot of decent updates here. A lot of like quality of life updates all around. Pretty solid. I wonder if there'll be another one next month as well, because they're pushing.
You know what's next?
The Kinect.
No, it's the nicest update of them all.
Oh, v69.
Yeah.
Fair play. Nicest for some. All right, that's the v68 update. Hopefully, Samson, you get it soon. You must be on like v59 at the moment, right? You're still waiting for v60.
59. Yeah.
You're still waiting for precisely. The v60.
I'll hop in. Like I said, I haven't been in that much. I got in Friday night for Preachers. That was the last time I got in.
Yeah, you've been busy. All right, next news story. We have a new alien rogue incursion. Samson, help me out with that one.
I like how you did it.
Incursion.
Insertion.
Gameplay trailer. So we had this at the San Diego Comic-Con, which was last week now. The protagonist is Zula Hendricks. I'm going to read a quote from them. They said, Zula's former squad mate has gone missing on the remote mining planet of Perdan. Her mission, do whatever it takes to rescue her friends and ensure not a single xenomorph gets off the planet alive. They also gave some more details. They said xenomorphs can, if you don't know what xenomorphs are, they are the aliens from Alien. Just in case, some people might not have seen Alien.
I didn't know.
There you go. Xenomorphs can intelligently use the environment to find the best angle of attack and appear from everywhere around you. Playing in VR will test your nerves and skills as you feel the pulse-pounding terror of facing off against xenomorphs. In addition to the weapons and gear, your resourcefulness, quick reflexes, and able to stay cool under terrifying pressure is needed to survive.
You day one on this one, Dan?
No, not at all. Not at all. It actually the have you seen the trailer? I'm assuming you've seen the trailer.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer's an interesting one to me. Like, for some reason, it didn't get me super hyped, unlike it did for some. I think it's because the Alien, what's it called? God damn it. The Alien Isolation that was on the PlayStation and the Xbox and such. I love that game because it was very similar to what they're kind of showing, but there's no real like gunfights, to be honest. There's some human characters.
Yeah, this is more action-y, huh?
Yeah, where that other one's more like a survival horror. This one is like a action survival horror, right? Where it feels like there's going to be more action than I kind of want to see. I'm not day one on this. I feel like I'd be terrified. I'm not going to lie with this game. I feel like this game's going to give me nightmares. This looks like a Jurassic World Aftermath. It
looks scary.
Just in a much darker state. So I mean, I'm curious for the reviews, but I'm definitely not day one on this for sure. But it comes holiday 2024. How about you? What did you think of the trailer?
Well, Dan, I'm not the largest Aliens fan. In fact, you might even call me not a fan.
Sure.
Not that I dislike it. I just, I never really gone down this path. I also don't really do well with horror and or scary things.
No.
So I'll listen to other people's opinions.
Yeah,
I'll watch some other things. Yeah.
I like the fact that you have the radar. That's very Alien Isolation as well, where you're trying to track. You have that radar in Call of Duty actually when you're trying to track someone's movements and such. I'm curious to see how clever the xenomorphs are. The fun thing about Alien Isolation is that there was only really one alien in that whole thing, and that's the one that chases you and such. But it looks like here there's gonna be a bunch. There's multiple.
Graphically, it looks very impressive, at least in this.
Yeah, trailer. It must be the PSVR2 version. To be honest, or the I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure it comes on PC. Yeah, it's on PC VR as well. So it does look really good. I'm curious at the very most, but there's something about it where I just don't know if I'm going to be too into it. At the same time, we're in the peak of summer right now. It is very hot. It is very light.
Yeah.
This is definitely far from what I want to play right now. So that's probably why, that's probably why. Maybe I'm not
definitely
feeling
not the mood.
No, not yet. I'll be more. Batman's definitely the one that's going to be more of a day one.
Batman.
So yeah, that's Alien Rogue Incursion or Insursion. I'm pretty sure it's Incursion.
It's Incursion. It is.
Thank you. Okay, here's a game, Samson, that we both love. Maestro. Just a quick news story here. Maestro has got its final release date of October 27th. So a bit delayed compared to our summer 2024 anticipation. But October 27th, it will be out on Quest and for Steam. Will not be out on PlayStation VR2 at launch.
Just in time for Halloween.
Yeah, just in time. The Steam one's on October 22nd, just in case any of you wanted to pick it on Steam, but the Quest one's October 17th. This is a day one for me. There you go. This is a day one for sure. I'll definitely be picking this up. In fact, we might even get some early access on it, but we'll see closer to the time. We'll see.
Yes, we will see.
But we will see. I'm excited. When I heard this news story, I kind of wanted to jump back in. I didn't, but I wanted to.
Yeah, I wish there was a little bit more in there right now.
Yeah,
because I do want to play a few more songs.
Yeah, it's really such a teaser, but I think it's gonna be great when it comes out. All right, moving on. There's only one more news story left, to be honest. This one's kind of come and gone, but it's going to be interesting to kind of bring it up anyway, since by the time you're listening to this, all of these sales should be over now. But the PlayStation VR2 had a massive price cut over the last couple of weeks. So in the UK, it was down from $530 to $350 with pounds, which is £180, and that was it was in the UK first, this big sale, and then all of a sudden the US got it a week later. So the US also got the $200 discount. I don't think it came to anywhere else. I didn't notice it in Canada at all.
Yeah, I don't think it did.
No, but a massive $200 discount, and
you gonna get back?
No. No, and sales soared, like absolutely soared. People, according to the reports, a lot of people bought the PlayStation VR2 at that price, and they thought it was way more reasonable. $200 less, I would 100% say.
It's crazy.
Yeah, for $350, it's well worth it for sure.
Yeah, I'd say you should get one.
Me? I think I sold it for $350. So I
think you did. Yeah,
or maybe 400 at least, to the conversion, maybe, or something like that. No, but it's worth it, right, Samson, for that price?
Oh, that's a great deal. It's a great deal.
Yeah,
it is a great deal. I think I was at one of these weddings. I was asking my college buddy who has a PlayStation 5, and I sent him a Quest 2 as a wedding gift a year or two ago. Mm-hmm. And I was asking him if he was going to get it. And he's like, I'm kind of tempted, but I think the deal might expire before he, pulls the trigger.
I mean, it either expired or sold out, because they sold out quite a lot across. I mean, all anticipation for that PC adapter, which comes out this week, actually. This week. So you now, if you buy the PC adapter, which I think was around $60 or so, by the time you're of listening to this, it's already out. And you can now hook up your PlayStation VR2 to the PC.
You need a few things for sure.
Yeah, so you need a DisplayPort on your graphics card. You need a specific type of graphics card too, the NVIDIA GTX 1650 or the AMD RX 5500 XT or later. I think that's the one I had, actually, the 5500. That's what it supports, but they recommend an RTX 3060 for like decent performance and such. So It'll be interesting because obviously it depends on the game and whatnot. But if you have a VR capable machine, you probably have that already, right? Potentially.
Yeah.
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 A lot of people had the
I mean, yeah,
1650,
that's
but
definitely minimum specs probably for new VR games.
nowadays
a little below minimum.
16
We're hitting like 20 series minimums kind of now soon. Right around the corner.
Yeah, because I remember when the Quest 2 was out, a lot of people had 1650s, NVIDIA 1650s. That was like
that's what I started on.
Yeah, I think that was a very popular card.
I started on like a 1060.
Yeah, I think a lot of people had 1650s, a very popular card. But yeah, I think now once that was 4 years ago or so. Yeah, people probably have a bit better than that. So yeah, and you also need Bluetooth on your computer for your controllers, otherwise it won't work as well. So there's a few things. It's not just plug and play. There's a few things. Well,
talking like $80.
Yeah, there's a few things. I mean, it can be plug and play depending on your setup, but you just got to have a look and see. But you should be able to play games like Half-Life Alyx then through your PlayStation.
Is it weird that all I would probably want to use it for is be like big screen?
Yeah, not exactly, because that's the only OLED headset you have, right? So big screen's probably going to look the best in it. So
yeah, I think so too.
Are you going to get the adapter? Or eventually down the road, maybe?
I'm thinking about it.
$60 isn't too bad, to be fair, for it to just work, and then that'll just be your go-to PC headset, unless you want to, unless you need virtual desktop or something like that, right?
Yeah,
unless you want to be wireless.
Wireless is the way.
Yeah,
for most things.
That's fair,
but not big screen.
No, not big screen
necessarily.
I wonder if they're going to keep the price point for this moving forward. It'll be interesting.
We'll see. I bet I mean, for certain it could come back for the holidays, I imagine.
For sure. They must have seen this and was like, oh my gosh. I did see, I think Mike from VR Oasis tweet that he still wouldn't recommend it because of the lack of support. But I think at 350 there's a lot of good, especially if it's your only VR headset.
I think it's got pretty good support, yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff on there. If it's not your only VR headset, then maybe you could, for sure. But like, there's a lot of good stuff. Anywho, that's the end of part one. That's all with the news stories. Amazingly, after 2 weeks, that was it, really. But that's it. This is the summertime, right? We're in the like summertime.
Well, Dan,
lol.
Might I slip in a couple game updates because the Dungeons of Eternity, they had their arachnophobia mode update.
Yeah.
Where I believe you can get rid of spiders, right?
So they changed the spiders. Actually, this came out just this morning, actually, wasn't it? The spiders now changed to these like big blob thingies. Yeah, some weird like sludge monsters kind of thing.
And then I just want to also mention Grab VR, one of my favorites from back in the day. App Lab comes out to the main store today. August, whatever the Thursday is, 7th.
Yeah. I mean, it's
8th, the 8th, I think.
Yeah,
8/8.
Yeah, sure, that's fair. On the Dungeons of Eternity, though, I'm actually very tempted to pick this up. I did say actually once you were talking about it last year that this is our wait till.
That's what you needed.
I'll wait, yeah, because it was on the pipeline, right? It was always going to come. On the roadmap.
It was in one of the pictures. Yeah, exactly. It
was always going to come, and they've delivered. They delivered kind of on time. I remember them saying it was going to be like summer and such, but it's now out. And yeah, so it just basically changes them into these the blobs. I'm buzzing. They say that the spider monsters will change into something more lovable and friendly looking. It's definitely more lovable. It has a nice little face on this weird monster, but I'm not sure if it still looks friendly. It looks like it's still going to eat you.
Don't look like a spider.
No, but yeah. So the arachnophobia mode's in there. They've also. Hold on, I'm just reading their new features. So let me actually go through this and then we'll wrap up part one. Arachnophobia mode option to replace the spider options, which is great. And they said to balance this out, we've also added a new monster, kamikaze exploding spiders as well. For those who don't need the arachnophobia mode, you can have these exploding spiders in here. There's also tier 3 epic chest improvements, which can be dangerous but also rewarding. There's now improved crossbow head tilt aiming assist as well. There's upgraded voice chat and with the reliability. You can now kick people repeatedly if they rejoin. And then they increased the AoE damage on bombs almost 2 times. As well. And then there's been an absolute plethora of bug fixes as well. Samson, you still playing this? Have you just...
It's been a while. It's been a while. In fact, I was just thinking, I was like, this, Underdogs, both games I really want to get back into. There's so much new stuff, and I've just been dormant.
Yeah, this is a co-op game too, right? Or it can be a co-op game.
Yeah. It can be.
I'm very tempted to pick this up. I don't know if I'll pick it up just yet, just once again being the height of summer, but for the winter or like when a sale comes on, I think I'll be picking this up for sure. It's been on my radar. I just didn't want to play it because of the bloody spiders. So I was advised not to, basically, from all the listeners as well as you. Even like Alex VR from Between Realities, he tweeted, just says, I didn't realize like kind of spiders are going to be a big thing or something, and I was like, yeah. I replied to him and said it's now, because of how like realistic they can be or such, and how they can jump on your face in VR. It's just like if there's spiders in the game, I don't know if I can play it anymore. I don't know if I can.
You couldn't even do the Walkabout ones, and they're like on a path.
Yeah, exactly. They're not even jumping at you. They're just they're just going up and down the same routine over and over again. I just had to turn it off. And when I saw the screenshot of I think Kim posted it in our Discord, I was like, yep. How can I keep this off for moving forward? But yeah. All right, that will do for the news in part 1. In part 2, we will talk about the games we played this week, if we played anything. But we will definitely talk about Wallace and Gromit, about the Walkabout course. So we'll see you then.
Hey, we know public lobbies in VR games can be a bit toxic, feel a bit empty at times. That's why we created the Let's Talk Oculus Discord, a friendly community that you can join for multiplayer meetups, general VR chat, the game, and chat about VR, fitness motivation, and there's even a very impressive 3D printing channel. Join over 100 of our community members in the Let's Talk Oculus Discord for free. The link is right in the description.
All right, welcome back to part 2. Normally what we've been playing, but Samson, have you been playing anything apart from Wallace and Gromit?
Dan, so there's 2 things I got into. There's Breachers Friday Night, which is a 5v5 kind of Rainbow Six type of game. Mm-hmm. We filled the lobby once again. It was a good time. Nice. Great time. And I think it was a week or 2 ago, sometime during the last 2 weeks, I also took part in a Breachers tournament in Noble Squashy's Discord.
How'd you do?
It was a 3-on-3 control point Breachers. Oh, we got smoked, Dan. We lost one of the rounds 300-1.
Oh my gosh.
300-1. But after they smoked us the second game, like 300-14 or something,
you realized that.
And when we get to the lobby, I was like, "Hey, how about you guys go pistols?" Jokingly, kind of not jokingly. They were like, "Yeah," and then I thought in my head, "I don't want to get smoked just going pistols, so now I have to go only pistol." We still did much better though. We only lost 300-28.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so some more practice needed in breaches.
They were very good.
Yeah.
They were very good.
Yeah, fair enough.
They knew all this. They would kill us inside, then know where our next spawn would be and go there. It was incredible stuff. I sort of knew what I signed up for there.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's why I like my Friday night breachers with people all at the same level.
Yeah, for sure. Did you play a second game, or was it just 2 breaches kind of games that you were saying?
Oh, no. Then I also got into, on the PlayStation VR, they've been having a big sale. So I got in, I bought Akka R.
Okay.
Which, according to the Wikipedia, is an action video game developed by Alamasoft and published by Atari. and it combines elements of shooter and tower defense games. It's based on a prototype which dates back to the 80s but was never publicly released.
Cool.
And it feels like I teleported into an arcade machine. Yeah, that's basically it. Your little explosions are going off.
Mm-hmm.
It's very bright and lots of lights and little bullets, and you can drop back to kill other things. Your points are always going, and you need big multipliers, and eventually you die. And I played I think I did the whole tutorial, and then I basically played for a while until I died.
That's fair.
And then I started my day.
Cool.
I'll hop into this again. I don't know that there's leaderboards and such. There's no story, if you will.
Sure. That's pretty cool, though.
No cutscenes, but yeah.
It's pretty cool. Like, I like the kind of, I didn't even know what the game looks like, but just from your description, I'm just thinking something like Compound on the Quest, where it kind of, that feels like you just jumped straight into like a Doom or a Wolfenstein from like the 90s and such. And it's so cool. I love that game, and I love the fact that it feels like that. So it might be completely different, but just that description that you said there.
This is made by or designed by Jeff Minter, who I've heard is famous.
Okay.
And he often goes by the nickname Yak.
Sure.
And he founded Llamasoft. So there you go.
Okay. Very well.
Minter's work includes the music visualization program Neon, which is built on the 360, and the video games Grid Runner, Attack of the Mutant Camels, Tempest 2000, and Polybius.
I love this. Should be a little segment of Samson's Wikipedia finds. I was like, okay, Jeff, great. That's fair enough. Okay, all right. So yeah, I've not really played anything apart from Walkabout, to be honest. When I've had a chance, it's just been very hot, to be honest.
Did you just play Wallace, or did you play again any other courses?
I just played Wallace. I've played it probably 6, 7, 8 times now or something, which is not that many considering I had it a week before everyone else. But still, it's been so hot here that it's that summertime. I mean, long-time listeners know. Normally, I go like 6 weeks without playing. At least I've been playing something.
Facts.
You know.
What course makes you think of the summer the most? The summertime. What course?
Probably Arizona Modern, because it's so hot and deserty.
It's true.
You know, it's just that it's the fact, because it's so hot. When I'm playing VR, for some reason it gives me more motion sick. Like even playing Wallace and Gromit.
Interesting.
When I take not motion sick, but like when I take the headset off, I feel a bit like I was motion sick, like a bit wheezy. Not to like if I actually have motion sickness, then I have to sit down and it takes a while. Like the stomach is not good and all that stuff, and the head's not good. But like it just feels like when you come off it, it feels like, oh, I've been somewhere.
Yeah,
you feel a bit wheezy, and it's just because it's so hot. So it's one of those.
So,
but yeah.
What are your favorite aspects of the Wallace and Gromit courses?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Okay, so obviously most people who are listening to this have probably had a time to play around with it as much. Initial thoughts: it's so charming. It's like such a charming course. Like Walkabout make it look easy. I'm sure there's so much work and so much stress and so much like painstaking things that happen when developing. And I don't know how long this has been in development, but they make it look so easy when they release the course. They make it look so easy, and they don't really delay a course, right? They announce it when they're ready, and then they announce the Wallace and Gromit, but they announce the date when they're ready, and then it's out. So it doesn't feel like they ever delay a course. They do so well, and it's just they've nailed it in every aspect, like in every aspect. Like I tried to, when I played this morning, I tried to nitpick a little bit, and I was struggling to nitpick as well. I was like, I can't see any faults with this course. Like this is a great licensed course. Like if they're ever going to go to another company and be like, hey, we want to put in, I don't know, Casper the Friendly Ghost. I don't know why my mind went that way, but and we want to make a course for that. This is the perfect like portfolio to show them. It's just this course alone, because I think this, out of everything that they've done, They're like everything else, the labyrinth, the mist, it's all that's so impressive. But this course, for some reason, just feels so perfect for Wallace and Gromit. Like they nail it in every aspect. Yeah. What was your initial thoughts?
Yeah, it felt very cool to be in the Wallace and Gromit world, having just watched the first 2 or whatever episodes we watched. Yeah,
short films.
It felt kind of surreal to be in their room, the train going around, the penguin evil guy there. There's so much moving in those scores. It's kind of crazy. And what else stood out was how many polygons are used in Wallace and Gromit. I mean, not a lot compared to like God of War.
Sure.
But when you're comparing it to other Walkabout game like courses, there are so many polygons dedicated to those to the characters.
Yeah.
And you could kind of see their expressions. You could see the eyebrows. And Dan, I forget which hole it was, but it was in one of the ones where Wallace is reading the paper there, and it's
with the train
goes through.
With the train.
Yeah, you get a hole in one there, and Wallace makes a comment.
Oh, wait. From the paper Wallace or just Wallace?
Yeah. Like he's there and he's like, ooh, a hole in one or something. He says something.
Oh, no, wait.
I accidentally did it. And I was like, did you? I was playing with my buddy. He's like, yeah, I heard it too.
So I've hit a hole in one a few times and I've heard him say it. Like I've heard him every time.
But maybe it is him every time.
I've heard him.
It just was cool being in his room.
I've heard him every time. Yeah, I didn't realize maybe, I don't know if you saw him like move or something, or it just so happened because he was.
That was my only hole in one, Dan.
Okay, fair enough. So no, he does say it every time, which is really cool. But
it's a nice touch.
It is a nice touch, and that's what this course is, right? The course has every room or every aspect of it is a nice touch. Even like the layout, where like how you traverse from the garden, from the front garden through the rooms into the back garden, then back upstairs, and then upstairs take you all the way down to the basement, and the basement takes you to the moon. You know, it's just the way it's all laid out is so well done, and both on easy and hard.
Feels like an episode.
It does. They've put everything in there, right? You've got portraits that are from the show. You've got obviously the wrong trousers is going round and round in the back garden and such. You have all the gadgets and gizmos.
How about the jam?
Hole number 9. So this is one of my my loved parts, is hole number 9 with the jam. Now you can, at least on the easy mode, very straightforward avoid the jam. It's not difficult to avoid the jam. On the hard mode, it's very difficult to avoid the jam. But the fact that the jam, it's first of all that it stays on your ball throughout the whole, which is
fantastic.
It's so cool. And then the fact that
and it splatters.
It splatters when you get it in the hole, and then also, my gosh, is it so thick and goopy when you get it in there. Like it's like the sand.
Stops it.
It's like the sand in some of the old courses, right? Like you can't move.
It's like sand times 1,000.
What was your reaction when it happened?
I loved it, and it made me hungry. No, I loved when you hit it. If it gets covered and you hit it, sometimes it'll splatter off of the ball as it rolls. It was just all around a very cool effect. It is difficult to get it out though, because you really got to whack it, and you don't want to whack it too hard because you get it'll just. Let me tell you this, Dan. You'll just be in a jam.
Nice. Speaking of jam, let's move on to another one that kind of works like that. The paint hole, which is hole number 12, where once again you get in. There's orange paint on the hole, and you get it in the gloop of paint. But this cool aspect is that it works very similar to the jam, but it makes the paint trail as you go, which is so cool. It's so cool. I don't know what else to describe it. It's just such a cool idea. In fact, Dave, Patreon and friend of the show, he sent us a DM, and he like drew LTO in writing with the ball. He must have done practice mode and kind of like did the ball. It looked pretty cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool. What did you think about the paint hole? Was same kind of thoughts when you were
same as the jam? Yeah. I was just like, aren't you glad they did the gimmick again?
Yeah. No, there's a few holes like they There's a couple holes that I wouldn't like in other courses, but they work so well in the Wallace and Gromit one. Like the one that you're in the bathroom and then you get it into a little pot, and then the ball cleaner basically washes your, yeah, and then puts it on the bed for you and such. That is really cool. Like it's a really cool aspect of it. I don't know if I'd love it as much. It's the same as in hole 17 when you're on the spaceship and you have to hit like all the platforms, kind of like Myst style, for it to work. And that hole, I don't think I'd absolutely love in general, but like in Myst and like in this Wallace and Gromit, it works so perfectly. Like it works really well.
How about that one where the thing in the middle is going in the kitchen, maybe? And there's like 4 different places you can get it on the easy one.
Yeah, the shooting.
First go, I crushed it and I nailed it. And I was like, oh, that was easy.
Yeah.
Second time I played it, I nearly holed out.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't. What's going on? I can't time this.
Yeah, no, I loved it when there's the ones in like a sauce, but they're all in like saucepans, I think. But the saucepans are just kind of like scattered around. All the pots are scattered around. So, no, that was really cool. And then obviously with the wrong trousers, if you hit the ball in the path, then it's going to mow up your ball every single time because it's mowing the lawn, right? So that's cool. And
he'll kick it too.
Yeah, he'll kick it, and on hard mode, it might be the same on easy mode. But I didn't realize. But if you hit it behind him, it'll roll back every time because he'll push it across with the lawnmower. So that's really fun. That's really cool. Just incorporating like there were a bunch of those gadgets are there. Like there's another gadget I can't remember.
I love all the gadgets.
There was one in the paint one as well, and such. Like all the gadgets are kind of like perfectly intertwined in this hole. Let's talk about the wool, the knitting gadget in the basement on hole 16, where you have to hit it inside of the like Gromit's knitting machine. I can't remember what it's called, Knit-O-Matic or whatever, and then your ball turns into like a big ball of yarn.
Yes, I was wondering what it looked like, and that was it.
But it keeps the same patterns as your actual ball and such.
It kind of reminded me of the Meow Wolf where your ball gets real big.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So they definitely incorporate a lot of elements from different courses.
That they've already used.
Did you do the fox hunt?
I have not yet.
I did the fox hunt. It's pretty straightforward.
How is it?
It's pretty straightforward fox hunt.
How's the club?
The club's nice. It's the club that I like, where it's like a straight club, and it's and it's got like a bit of a green and gadgety. So it looks like the wrong trousers leg in a way, shall we say. Nice product. I've been using it actually every time for the last time since I've got it, to be honest. I've been using it quite a lot. Really nice product.
I'm still Gandalf's staff too.
There is a clue. So once you complete the fox hunt, there's something that says you got to count all the sheep and put it into the dial. I don't remember exactly. I should have screenshotted it. But so I count the sheep. I think I can't remember how many sheep there are in the hard mode. I don't know. Let's say there's like 24 of them. I can't remember how many there are. But I go around, I count all the sheep, and I've already got the putter at this point. Okay, so it looked like it was like a bonus clue. And then you go into the bedroom where like the counter is, and it says four sheep, and the clue says like you're meant to push the counter so you can make it go to 24, and then do the like not roulette wheel, the what do you call it?
Just pull the lever.
Pull the lever, yeah. But you just can't do it. You can't. It doesn't allow you to control or interact with it. I thought it was just part of the pre-release when I had the pre-release version, but even on the actual version, it seems to have the same problem. I don't even know if it's an issue, but it's just that I don't know if anyone's noticed. When I was playing with Dave, he'd never noticed. You might have to just do the fox hunt again to get to that end clue again. But it says it's like another hidden clue at the end, but you just can't interact. So if any Mighty Coconut are listening, because I know they listen from time to time, especially Edward, definitely let us know if that was just a hidden clue or you just told me to count sheep so I could fall asleep. It's probably more than that. What do you think of the hard mode?
Well, I was wondering throughout the easy, I was like, where are the sheep? Aren't the sheep big characters? Where are all the sheep? And you kind of see one like referenced, and then open up the hard mode. Ah,
They're
and it
everywhere.
reminded me of the Don Quixote one, Quixote
Yep,
Valley.
yep.
How the sheep,
The lanterns.
sheep in that one too.
Oh,
Yeah,
Quixote Valley.
no, the sheep ruined
yeah,
the house,
yeah.
and
I was thinking Shangri-La. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, whether there's chaos everywhere and such. Yeah.
Dan, I love being in this world. It's a feel-good course. And I have such more of a nostalgic attachment to Wallace and Gromit, much more than I do Myst or Labyrinth. Immediately, these are my top in the IP courses.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I for the same reasons. Myst is amazing because of how they've managed to put puzzles in. Like as a course, I would say that's just amazing. But like I said at the start, I think this is the perfect Walkabout course when it comes to like a crazy course and such, right? It's a course that I'd love to put people in, and such. It has the wackiness of like crazy golf, but then it still has some really good standard mini golf aspects of it as well. It's a good mix. It's a really good mix. It's not too gimmicky, and they could have easily done that, but at the same time, it's not too, just a standard course, which they definitely couldn't do with the IP like this. And then Samson, we haven't even spoke about properly the spaceship. The spaceship for 18th. So for those of you, most of you probably know already, but on 17th, you hit the buttons and that's your hole. And then all of a sudden the spaceship, the rocket door closes and you boost straight onto the moon, or the cheesy moon as it is in this world. And then you're just playing this course on this really open world where you have like anti-gravity basically with the
real low gravity. That ball like soars.
Yeah, it does. It goes for, if you hit it hard, it goes for miles as well. What do you think when you first did that, when you first jumped into the moon?
I was like, how will this affect the ball? And it's so I hit it, I was like, whoa, okay. That really took off.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I like all these sort of trial, try out all these things on these holes, and I kind of feel like they'll become, bigger parts of future courses.
Yeah, for sure.
It gives me hope for like a weird gravity course, where the gravity is different maybe on each hole or something like this. Planet, you go planet to planet or something like that.
Yeah, it sounds like a Tethy Station remix, like a reader.
Yeah.
Or the Upside Town, how you can go upside, the ball goes up and down, such with the graph, with the physics as well. I don't know if this is my like favorite course of all time or anything like that. It's definitely too early to tell. But I mean, when we do our normal holiday episodes where we'll do our walkabout ranking for the whole year of our new courses, this is going to be hard to beat. For sure.
For sure.
Is there anything you didn't love?
Not really. I don't. Okay.
Right.
Let's save the negatives for when when it's competing with other things.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
I do want to get into our walkabout tournament though a little bit, but we can do that. I'm not sure if we've wrapped up here.
Talk about it. I was just gonna say, I was like a fantastic course by Mighty Coconut. Big props to them. Amazing. In fact, I'd love to get one of them on the show maybe towards that holiday time to kind of talk about each one of these courses that they've released this year. That would be fun to do. But yeah, they've knocked it out the park. Amazing course. The music's great too. I know you never listen to music, but the music's good too.
Yeah. The sound effects are great too.
All right, wrap us up here with the tournament.
Yeah. So, Dan, we're on to season 6 of the LTO Walkabout tournament. And as promised before, one of the Wallace and Gromit courses will be in this one. And I've we've already been told the easy course. Because, Dan, when I asked you what course was in the vibe of today, it's Arizona Modern Easy will be our easy course. And Wallace and Gromit Hard will be our hard course. And this is beginning on August 8th, 7th if you are a Patreon member. And once again, week 1 will be a week and a half. So these will need to be submitted by August 18th. And we will mention this one again next week.
Absolutely. Very good. Maybe I'll get
It's Sunday the 18th by noon Eastern.
By noon Eastern. Fantastic. All right, that'll do for part 2. A bit of a Wallace and Gromit part. In part 3,
Dan,
what?
I could just also, because this is new to our last tournament, we're going to be doing races and we're going to be doing stroke play.
Nice.
All right,
very good.
Now let's go. Now let's head to part 3.
Let's head
It's looking good over there.
All right, we'll see you in part 3.
Let's Talk Oculus is available on all good podcast platforms and some rubbish ones as well. If you want to see the video version, it's available on YouTube and Spotify. And also, if you love us so much, then consider throwing us $1 at patreon.com/Let's Talk Oculus. Back to the show.
Welcome back to part 3, games out last week and this week, because we're going to just talk about last week's games as well, because there was quite a few. Samson, take us away. We have 4 games on this list in total. What's the first one?
Hello, cruel world. In this VR horror puzzle game, it's just another day of you, your trusty stream chat, and a young woman trapped in an experimental torture test to see when she'll break. Can you save her? Hello, Cruel World puts your ingenuity to the test. Think fast, think on your feet, and think outside the box. Designed from the ground up to take advantage of VR's interactive capabilities, Hello, Cruel World asks you just how far are you willing to go to sate the curious thrill spurring you on.
The really cool thing about this is that when you've got a stream, you can have the stream chat open whilst you play. So when people are like saying, "Oh, go left," your real stream chat. So it's like, "Oh, go left, go right, go down here, don't go down, whatever." You can have it on. This will be good, Samson, to bring back the LTO plays for you to get in there, because it looks like there's no, it's not like a jump scare kind of game. It's more of a
scary vibe.
It's just a scary vibe. You're basically getting tortured and you're doing puzzles and you've got the chat in here. It doesn't look like there's any jump scares whatsoever. It's just that you could die multiple times, basically.
All right, it's just more of a puzzle.
It's a VR horror puzzle game. Yeah, it's not a jump scaring with zombies and monsters and all that stuff. At least that's what I see from the trailer. So yeah. A lot of people like it in the reviews, but they say it is quite hard. So FYI. Also, I'm not sure if you noticed.
They got stream chat trolling them.
I'm not sure if you noticed the meta on the store now. They've been putting what time it's going to release at. So
really?
Yeah. So like, if you went onto the store now, it'll say release date August 1st at 10 a.m., which is obviously Pacific time for me. So you know. So yeah.
So it won't say that for me. You lied.
No, I won't say that for you. All right, moving on. We got actually. Wait, they're gonna pick this up then? This is gonna be a game for you. It seems like it's suited for you. It's the right game. Anyway, what about the next one? We've got Zero Caliber 2, your favorite all-in-one VR FPS made infinitely better. Get ready to experience the thrill of your virtual life in Zero Caliber 2, the sequel to the critically acclaimed Zero Caliber Reloaded military shooter, a full-blown single-player / co-op campaign filled to the brim with cinematic. That I've lost it. I was going so well. Cinematic action taking place in the events of the prequel. Explosions, tons of weapons to unlock. PvP, native mod support, airstrikes, more explosions equals VR experience you'll never forget. A sequel that proudly surpasses the first installment of Zero Caliber IP in every regard. Apparently, Samson, this is way better than Zero Caliber 1. So I've heard.
I've seen both positives and some negatives about this one. I did pick it up, but I have obviously not had time to hop into it.
Oh, nice.
I'm very interested in this one. It looks pretty good.
A lot of people love the first one as well.
I like a silly, you don't have to think too hard, shooty campaign. So I'll give it a whirl. Too.
Yeah, quite pricey though, at 35 USD, I believe, roughly like that.
I think I got a pre-order discount. It was at least 10%.
I've seen nothing but great reviews. I'm not gonna lie. I saw Upload VR was a great review, and then the reviews on the Quest Store have been really good. So, yeah,
there you go.
Not for me, but yeah,
I'm gonna wait for my own.
That's fair. All right, next game.
Gravity League, welcome to the future of ball games. In a world where gravity is no longer a limitation. The Gravity League has become the ultimate test of skill and endurance for athletes from all corners of the galaxy. The rules are simple. 2 players, 1 ball, 0 gravity. The first player to 11 goals wins. So strap on your gravity gloves and get ready to take on the competition.
That was perfect. I love the way you said that. It looks like Pong. It looks like Pong in mixed reality / virtual reality. I think it's in mixed reality. I mean, the trailer's very much in mixed reality, so I'm assuming it's mixed reality as well. Can I confirm this whilst we're on the pod? No, I can't. But it's free. It's Samson. It's free. It's a free to play. You can.
Sounds like you might try it.
Well, it's free to play, but then you buy so if you want to do the campaign, it's $12. If you want to do the party
just
pack,
multiplayer.
So, in fact, actually, no, this is interesting. So, it's free to play initially, but if you want the solo campaign pack, which lets you climb through all 5 leagues and challenge opponents, so a tournament mode, it's $12. If you want the multiplayer mode, where you can create and join classic party matches with your friends, it's $12. These are all one-time purchases.
So what is the free version?
There is mixed reality. Sorry, the mixed reality is in here. I feel like the free version it looks like it's just you can play like maybe a one-off game, and you can also play against online opponents. But if you want to play with your friends, it's $11.99. This is Canadian. I don't know what the US. Let's say it's $10. It's $10, and then the campaign to solo campaign is $10. So it's
either $20 or you want to buy them together for $15.
Yeah,
or play for free. I'm not sure what's free.
It's interesting. I've never seen that before. It's
definitely a scaled price.
It's a free to play with add-ons essentially too. It's an interesting one. It's actually pretty good in a way where you could go, okay, you can jump in for free, and then once you're in there, if you're like only interested in the solo campaign or only interested in playing with friends, you can get it at a discounted price or something like that. But it's an interesting tactic rather than just doing like a trial or so.
Definitely.
So yeah,
I like it. Gives options.
So, Samson, those are all the games that came out last week. There's one game.
Let's get to this week.
There was one game that came out this week, and that's called The Burst. The Burst is an excellent combination of explosive parkour movement, grappling hook, vehicles, and flesh-rendering weapons that will let you go absolutely crazy, let your creativity run wild. More than 10 weapons to assist you on your mission, carry them behind your back or swap them on the fly with your grappling hook. Enemies, different factions, different rules, from the wild and the barbaric shell dogs to the ruthless pyromaniac boom boys and everything in between. You'll never find a shortage of crazies to fight. After reading that, I have no idea what this game's about. How about yourself?
I'm watching a little trailer from the upload showcase last year. It definitely looks interesting.
It gives me
there's a lot of running and shooting. Looked like some Spider-Man like grappling hooky type of deal.
It gives me Mad Max kind of vibes.
Yeah, there's some like
Borderlands, Mad Max,
low graphic quality Mad Max.
Yeah, indie Mad Max.
Yeah,
indie Mad Max, which
Cinti Studios Mad Max.
Sure. Yeah, sometimes the thing is some people are doing descriptions, and their descriptions have like little GIFs in there, and also have like bullet points like we just read out. We read out some of them there, but they need like a little spiel at the top, which kind of describes the game in less than a few sentences, rather than just random bullet points without any context makes any sense. But yeah, I guess you'd normally watch a trailer. You wouldn't listen to it on a podcast. But yeah, there's a full story in this game. I'd be interested in reviews. That comes out as of when you're listening to this, but I don't think it's going to be for me, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't think so either. I still got a backlog, Dan. I can't be getting new things.
I keep playing new things, and I the other, like earlier I was like, oh, should I get into Tiger Blade? And I was like, no, I should get into Wallace and Gromit again just to make sure I've got notes for the pod. And it's like,
Dan,
yeah,
I have the Wallace and Gromit VR game too that I still haven't.
it's not that
played.
good. It's not that good. The Wallace and Gromit Walkabout course is a million times better than that game came out. Yeah, to be fair, it is like $10 or less than that as well. So it is like just like a little fun thing, but it feels very Quest 1, shall we say? This game, it feels like very Quest 1 rather than a Quest 3 title nowadays.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm not too sure about that, but no, yeah, I got Tiger Blade. I want to continue playing. I want to play more Infinite Inside, and so many games. So many games. The backlog continues to
that one too.
And we got Connect next month, which is going to give us more games probably. So, you know,
we have enough.
We have enough.
Stop making games. We don't need any more VR games.
Well, we'll continue to make Batman. We really want to see Batman. Before we continue. All right, Samson, that was everything. That's everything. Are you glad to be back?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to having my time. Like I said, this weekend I got a lot of VR time. All I have planned is a massage and playing VR. So I'm going to be back, baby.
Do this at the same time? Are you going to have the massage whilst with the headset on, doing some like headspace meditations? No?
Definitely not.
Fair enough. All right, Samson, take us home.
Yes. With a legitimate, real fortune cookie this time.
Yeah.
Value the power of constructive feedback for personal growth.
Nice. If you got any constructive feedback for us, let us know in the Discord and let us know in the YouTube comments. Are they even nice? These crackers? No.
When you get them fresh, that one was quite stale.
Yeah, that's fair. You need to order yourself some more food. Right. Some more takeouts. All right, everyone.
The fortune doesn't go stale though.
No, the fortune does not go stale. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.